Greetings, it's Bill. Bill's Box of Sound, Divarata, all that other fun stuff. And it is time for another video because I haven't made one in a while, and I need to. Just finishing up a vacation. First things first, the status of my contest. I've been working on it. Almost everybody has gotten their prizes. There are a few left, and the list is not in front of me right now. But those last few people are going to be getting their prizes soon. I'll be contacting them soon. There was one person who declined a prize, which was sad because I had picked out some special things based on stuff that they like, based on stuff they've shown in their videos that I was going to send to them. But they declined, and so, sorry. You don't get it. Anyway, the last people, it's going to be hard to decide what to send them for their VCLT. Mr. David Horowitz, Seqouia Flame, he already picked his up in person, and more about that in a little bit. But this is kind of like a new finds video because I know I'm going to be buying some more records on Sunday the 21st because there's a record show coming into town. Today is the 19th of September, so I wanted to show you some stuff that I picked up recently. Let's just move into the big pile of stuff in front of me, shall I? New record store opened up a few months ago called A Separate Reality, and they bought all of the inventory of the store Royal Garden Records that closed out, but they got a lot of other cool stuff of their own. This guy's a little more rock based, but he does have a lot of jazz inventory. I only got to spend like a few minutes in there, but I do intend to go back to his store and spend a lot more time. And when he was over there, he was playing some Sun Ra, Angels and Demons at Play, the Impulse version. But this is not the Impulse version. This is the re-released Saturn version. Got it from Dusty Groove via mail order. And I just loved it so much that I had to pick it up. So that's Angels and Demons at Play, Sun Ra and the orchestra. I also decided to pick up, based on a recommendation from Roger Coleman's Sun Ra video. If you haven't seen that, go to Roger Coleman's videos and find the one he did about all the Sun Ra stuff. Very, very informative, very good stuff. One of the ones he recommended was a continuation by Sun Ra and the orchestra, and I believe this one's from '65 or something like that. But most of these I have not spun yet because I have yet to clean them, but I wanted to make a quick finds video before I went ahead, got them all cleaned up, and didn't know which was which. And somebody, I think it was Daniel James, posted in the Facebook, YouTube, vinyl community Facebook page, I know I said Facebook twice, that Best Buy was having a little bit of a sale online. So I went, and for around 12, 13 bucks a piece, I got the following albums: Les Claypool and the Fearless Flying Frog Brigade, Purple Onion. Loved this on CD. I'm gonna love it even more on vinyl. What else did I get on that? I got two other records. I got Red Hot Chili Peppers, Mother's Milk. Closer to finishing my complete Red Hot Chili Peppers collection on vinyl. There's only a couple of albums I don't have. And also the 20th anniversary issue of the first Rage Against the Machine album. Love this album as well. Glad to have it on vinyl because it's a well-loved piece. Also got the next two installments in the Music Matters Blue Note series. Lee Morgan, Sidewinder, with a beautiful gatefold. Check that out. Also, album I've never heard but can't wait to spin. This is Kenny Drew, Undercurrent, with Freddie Hubbard, Frank Mobley, Sam Jones, and Louis Hayes on drums. Another beautiful gatefold of pictures. Right now playing in the background is a Hank Mobley Soul Station. Then, what was it? Labor Day. We went over to my sister-in-law's house, and she said, Bill, I got a whole bunch of vinyl records downstairs. I'm going to throw them away. If you want any of them, grab them. So I went down and I grabbed a whole bunch of very common records. One of them is ZZ Top's DeGeo, which is a great album. I've got a good version of this, which was a first pressing promo, but the cover's all chewed up, so I got this to replace it, the cover with. Also, ABBA Greatest Hits, why not? And some popular things that everybody's got. Eagles, Hotel California. Eagles Greatest Hits. James Taylor, Sweet Baby James. Supertramp, Breakfast in America. Most of these are doubles, but some of them I didn't have, and just wanted to see if these are any better than the copies I already have. And then maybe I can give out the rest as VCLT. Oh yes, that was Queen Tonight at the Opera, by the way. And then there was this record, Hawaii 5-0 by the Ventures. Now this actually belonged to my wife when she was a kid, and she lost track of the LP. It ended up in her sister's house. So she said, oh, I want that record. So we got it back, and I went and cleaned it up, and this thing is warped so bad it will not play. So I don't know whether or not she felt bad about it, but I did, because she was kind of excited to get the record back. So went to Half Price Books, and voila, for just a couple dollars, got my own copy of Hawaii 5-0. This one is a very well cared for copy of it, and it plays great. Then David, Mr. Seqouia Flame, came to town. He was up from Florida in Warren, Ohio, drove up to Cleveland, and him and I met at the Blue Arrow record store. And it was just so cool to get to meet and hang out with him and do some digging for records. Blue Arrow is a used record store on the east side of Cleveland. The entire floor is made up of record covers, and they got a lot of cool stuff. They had some really neat bargain bins, and I'll show you some stuff that I bought. I got the Three Sounds, It's Just Got to Be, on Blue Note. This is a Liberty Blue Note, not the completely purple label, but it's got that sort of early Liberty thing on it. Got a couple of albums from Groom, I think that's how you pronounce it, Groom, and this is funny because it's got a CD on the cover. Got Hard Day's Night, K-N-I-G-H-T, and also We Are Groom and You Are Not. These were on Play It Again Sam Records, distributed by Wax Trax out of Chicago. So I think Blake might be interested in those, but they had a couple other ones. They were all $3 a piece, but I didn't want to get all of them at once. I was trying to cut back a little bit. Also got, upon the recommendation of David, Charles Ireland, The Great Pyramid. And this is on, what is this, Fantasy, I believe? No, actually, this is on Mercury Records. Yeah, this is on Mercury. Cool. So, that might be a little cosmic. And also, got Chick Corea, 2 record set on Atlantic called Inner Space for only $4. This is in really nice condition. And then, after hanging out at Blue Arrow, we went over to underneath the Beachland Ballroom, which is just a stone's throw away. There is another boutique and used record shop. He got a couple of cool things. I finally got a clean copy of Steppenwolf Monster. I love this album. Used to listen to the 8-track of this in my brother's car way back in the day, the early 70s. I mean, I've got a couple of the copies of it. I believe they're right here, that are just all beat to shit. So, you know, I've been trying to find a good copy of this for quite a while. So very happy to get those. And then after that, David and I went and got lunch at a really cool independent sandwich shop out in Tremont, Ohio, which is on the near west side of Cleveland. And we just had a great time just hanging out, vibing, talking about music and life and families and things. Just had a great time. So very cool to meet up with Mr. David Horowitz. If you have a chance to meet up with somebody in the flesh that you've only been conversing with through these videos or on Facebook, do it. It's really cool because, you know, when you have similar interests, it just opens everything wide up for you. So don't know how long it'll be before we can ever cross paths again. I hope it's soon, but you never know how long it'll take. But I'm mighty thankful that I got to hang out with you, David. So a few days later, searching around at half-price books, got a couple of Frank Sinatra's Only the Lonely, and you know, they say the heavy metal music makes people want to commit suicide. How about records like this, No One Cares by Frank Sinatra? It's a good album, but it's like all really downer songs. And also, when I was up there, found this album by Frigid Pink. And this is on the original Parrot label, and this has their version of House of the Rising Sun, which was a hit back in its day. So very cool to get that. Then I went over to the Exchange, just a few doors away, and found Saga's Worlds Apart album for only $1. This is in really good condition. And then I saw a copy of Chicago at Carnegie Hall. Now, this is only $1 for the whole thing. It's just the records and the box. I mostly bought it because this box is in really good condition. I've got an OG of it, which has a box that's in really horrible condition. Although mine still has the original Carnegie Hall poster and the booklet and voter registration information that came out with the original album at the time. There's also a huge poster that came out with that album. I lost that. But it was nice to get that just so I can do a quick shootout between the two pressings, see which one's better, and keep that one. So a few days later, once the Beatles mono came out, I went out and bought the White Album, and I got Sgt. Pepper in mono. Can't wait to clean these up and spin them. And then I went to Vegas at the beginning of my vacation just this past week. Went to this place at the end of the strip called Record City, and on the YouTube Vinyl Community Facebook page, people have complained about the guy that runs the place. He wasn't there. 2 other people were there working at the place, and they were pretty nice. There was a guy and a gal there. But got a few things for $1. Kinks size. Made me think of Chris from Dixieland Farm when I picked this up, because I don't have any really early Kinks. So, picked that up. Got a copy for $1. Almond Duel 2. And the name of this album is Hijack. It's on Atlantic? Yeah, it's on Atco. This is from 1974. And cover's kind of beat, but the vinyl's in really good shape. Also for $1, Derek's shown this before, Automatic Man with Michael Shreve and Bayete, as well as Pat Thrall on guitars and Don Harvey. Is it Don or Donnie Harvey, actually? So this is the first of their 2 albums. Lady at the counter said, "Do you even know who Automatic Man is?" I said, "Yes, I do." Who do you think I am? So I'm going around and I'm finding some stuff. In their jazz section, got a copy of the second Dreams album. I've had the first one forever, but never had the second one. This was only $5. Happy to get that. And I also got, this is interesting, for only $5 or $6. Billy Cobham, Steve Kahn, Alphonso Johnson, and Tom Scott. A live mother for you. Live album with them just jamming out. Haven't had a chance to spin this yet, but this looks very interesting. And then my 2 very happy finds of the day. Found a copy of flashes out of our hands. This is the third Flash album. I've got the first two. This cutout was marked down to $1.59 at one time, and I got this for $10. This is still sealed, never been touched. So I was very, very excited to get a hold of this. And speaking of Flash, recently this album has been re-released, and I've seen it for $20, which has a CD with it. But why buy a re-release when you can get the original for less than $8? Two Sides of Peter Banks. Oh my God, I was so thrilled to get this. This has a gatefold. It's got Jan Ackerman. It's got Phil Collins, Steve Hackett, John Wetton with his last name spelled wrong. Kind of like a, who's who of progressive rock of the day. And this is very cool stuff. So those are the recent finds. So the last remaining people in my contest that have yet to receive their prizes, you'll be hearing from me soon. And Mr. Ozark Soundscape, I have written to you twice on private message. You have not gotten back to me. So if I can't reach you to get your email address and physical address so I can send you your prizes, you simply cannot win. So I know you make music and I like your music, and I'd like to give you some of my music as well, but you got to respond in order to get the stuff back. So VCLT, you got to love it, people. Also want to a big thank you to Mr. Tim Guthrie, who sent me a copy of Black One by Sun. A little Doom masterpiece, baby. So that is what's new in the world of Bill. Thank you for watching and listening. I know I've gone, what, is this 17 minutes? Holy crap, I talk too much. Have a great day. Had a great time. Hope you did too. Bye-bye.